What's up, everyone? Welcome into Mikey's Boardroom. Today, I just got some end of July updates, some board game news, things I bought, backed, and sort of what I've been playing, and things I'm hoping to play in the next month of August. So let's jump straight into some board game related news, and there's just a few items here. So first, new expansion for Dune Imperium was announced, Dune Imperium Immortality, and if you know how much we love Dune, then it won't surprise you that we are excited about this. It introduces a new research track, which as you make your way down it looks like you get new abilities and spice and whatnot, and different rewards for going down that research track. It also adds new cards and a new thing called graft or grafting, where you're able to actually play 2 cards with one agent action or one agent turn. So we'll see how that works. Let me know what your thoughts are. I mean, I'm excited. I love Dune. It's in my top 10 games. And so I'm really excited about this. I do worry that it's going to get bloated if they keep adding all these expansions, because we just had Ix, which I love. I think Ix is a great expansion. I just hope that this is also another great expansion and it doesn't start to get too much. Next thing I want to talk about is The Witcher. So I put out a video talking about The Witcher, how the minis didn't look very good, and there were some complaints about the box and all that. They did do an update, and they did show new things for the big box where we can vote on it. So you have option 1, it would look like this. Option 2 would look like this. So I think the main difference is that, or the only difference really, is that they added this. So there's some continuation between the top picture and the bottom picture rather than just 2 completely separate pictures. I think it looks good. I like it. I don't really care, to be honest, if they went with the top one either. But I do think it looks better with that continuation or the continued picture. Then the miniatures, they sent some photos of the non-shaded miniatures, and they look a lot better in my opinion. Like, this looks fine. This looks good. This looks good. I think they all look good. I don't really have any complaints or concerns anymore about the miniatures. I think it's going to be fine. Obviously, the shaded miniatures didn't look that great, so we'll see how when they send pictures of the updated pictures of the shaded miniatures. But it seems like they're doing what they can to correct any of the issues. So I still have faith. I do see comments about how the rulebook translation is not very good, and so that is slightly concerning. That mixed with this, some people are saying like they've just sort of lost faith, and I can see that, but I don't know. There's a reason I invested the money into this. I still want it. I'm not so worried that I'm going to pull out or anything. I'm still excited for it. And the next thing I want to talk about is 6 Siege, the board game. So they just put out an update today, and I don't know if you've been following Darkest Dungeon, Mythic Games, and all that, but in the Darkest Dungeon campaign, Mythic Games basically is forcing backers to pay extra shipping in order to get their games. And so nothing like that in this one yet, but they show the tokens and they talk about how the video game skins are coming, and then they address the Darkest Dungeon board game and how they had to ask for extra contribution from their backers, and they've had great support from their backers. And for 6 Siege, they have not yet received all the whites from the factory and some blah blah blah, and so they'll get once they do get all those remaining items, they'll have an accurate final cost that they'll be able to publish in an update. So, I mean, I went all in on this, and so for me, I hope I don't have to pay extra shipping, but part of me I feel like that's them sort of paving the way to tell us that we're gonna have to, ship out or pitch in extra money for shipping, just like in Darkest Dungeon, just like a lot of other ones are doing. Some people are not happy, So look, it looks like they'll still ask us for additional shipping, and then Mythic Games says it's a possibility that we're currently fully evaluating. So it just seems like that's going to happen. Like, it just seems, I don't trust companies. I don't know if you trust companies in general. I don't trust companies. And so I think that just the fact that they're saying that tells me that they're going to try and do it, but I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Maybe I'm pessimistic or whatever. I hope I'm wrong. And in general, I have nothing against Mythic Games. I do not want to pay extra for shipping when I've already put in the, whatever this was, $200 plus the shipping I already paid for. So already expensive. I don't want to pay more shipping. We'll see. Next thing I want to talk about is good news. Mythic Mischief, if you back that, you probably are starting to get emails or whatnot about it delivering. It's delivering. I'm getting mine on Monday, I believe. Which is in 3 days as of recording this, or 2 days. 3 days. So yeah, I'm excited. Really, really looking forward to this one. Ivy Studios, they're doing Moonrakers right now, which is killing it. Really excited to play this. Can't wait. Can't wait to do an unboxing and play it with Krista and review it and all that stuff. So looking forward to that. If you are wanting Mythic, if you're wanting Mythic Mischief, it's coming. All right. That is all sort of the board game related news that was interesting to me that I wanted to talk about. So the next thing I'm going to talk about are games that I'm currently backing that are live right now. First one is The Axe. So this is a much smaller game. There's only 156 backers, only 8,000. But it's like a Christian themed board game where you're playing as the disciples after Jesus went to heaven, and then you're playing as the disciples, and you have to go around Jerusalem and stuff and convert followers and plant churches and disciple others and perform mighty miracles and stuff like that. So theme really speaks to me. I like that theme. It's one that's not seen much, and I just like the theme. It's gotten decent ratings. It's supposedly good. It's been out it's been out, and this is a reprint or they're deluxifying it or upgrading some of the stuff. They're making some of the tokens larger, getting some extra things in there. The board's bigger, I think, but it's supposedly a very fun game. I've sort of had my eye on it before it even went live. Like I'd seen it on Amazon and stuff and looked at it, and so now this went live, and $36 plus shipping. It's not too bad, so I'm gonna dive in on that one. The next one that I'm backing is Star Realms: Rise of Empire. This one looks interesting to me because Chris and I both like deck builders, and I think she would really enjoy this one. I think this would be one that we could actually play together and really have fun. It's $59 for the Legacy one. That's what I would go in. I wouldn't get anything else. The extra. I've been playing the Star Realms app a little bit since this went live, and I'm really liking that. So I am excited for this. I will say there's one reason I might not back it, and it's because I might back something else right now that's fairly expensive. So let's talk about that, and that is Return to Dark Tower. This one just seems like it's way like overproduced, and there's just so much going on for like what it is. It's extremely expensive for what it is. Well, it's expensive in general, but it's expensive for what it is, especially. I do like co-op games, and I think that this one would actually be fun. I think Chris would like this. I think we'd both enjoy playing this. I also think that when my kids get a little older, they would love to play this with me. I would love to play with them. Just the tower is super cool. The way the tower works, just everything is super cool. My biggest gripe is that it's app-based, and I tend to really not like app-based games. Although people say this one is one that like could potentially win you over or make it so that you don't dislike the app. The app is integrated extremely well, is I guess what I'm trying to say. And so that you don't even really mind using it because it just feels like it's one with the tower, and the tower is like how the game works. So people say the app is done really well. I might give it a shot because it just looks so cool, and I have heard that it's extremely fun. But again, it is expensive, and so I might just back out purely on that because there's lots of fun games that are cheaper, like, Star Realms. Okay, so that's all the board game news and stuff that I'm currently looking at to back right now. I just have a couple things I want to talk about that I bought this month, and this does not include Nerds Day because none of that has arrived yet. I don't know if you got stuff on Nerds Day, but I did get some stuff. But for some reason, July is like the board game sale month, it seems like, or Amazon did their Prime Day. And so I got two things during Prime Day. First one I got is New York Zoo. So this one is Uwe Rosenberg, where you're kind of building out a zoo, laying these tiles. And so this one looks light enough and easy enough and just kind of enjoyable. I don't know, it looks fun. I think Chris will like it. And I love the zoo theme. I don't know if you saw Arc Nova review, but I love the zoo theme. The next one I got is Beyond the Sun. And this one is a very popular game. Sci-fi theme, sort of like Tech Tree. I don't know how much Chris is going to like this one, but we'll see. It is highly rated. It's supposed to be fun. I'm excited to play it. I know I'll probably enjoy it. The last thing I got this month was actually a birthday gift for my son. When he turned 4, we got him Jurassic Snack. And this is a kid's game. It's actually for 7 and up, but he plays it pretty well at 4. So basically you have these dinosaurs. It's two players or two teams, blue versus orange, and there's these T-Rex that move around and eat your dinosaurs, and on your turn you can move and uncover these tokens that you lay on the board, and they have either grass on them or different actions that happen, like moving or putting a T-Rex on the board or moving your dinosaur somewhere else. So on your turn you can either move one of your dinosaurs, or you can move the T-Rex to eat one of the other person's dinosaurs. And then once the game's over, you check the tokens, and whoever has the most points wins. So it's pretty simple, but it's got some strategy, and for kids especially, allows them to kind of try and think ahead and think what would be best to do. And then when they get those special tokens, they can kind of look and kind of strategize another way. Where should I move? Is there a T-Rex that's going to get me? Do I need to move my dinosaur potentially out of the way or something like that? So yeah, I was kind of surprised. It's really fun to play with the kids, and the kids like it a lot. And it was, I think, $10 on Amazon. So not a bad choice. So that's all I bought. Those are all the retail purchases. So let's just talk about games that we have been playing. The first one is Ark Nova. Obviously, we've been playing a lot of that. We put out a review. Watch our review if you want to know what we think about it. But overall, we're not as thrilled about it as a lot of people have been. The second one we've been playing a lot of is Super Fantasy Brawl, and we like that one a lot. Quick, fun skirmish game, card-based skirmish game. We enjoyed it a lot. And because we've been playing that, we also started playing a little bit more Summoner Wars, because we kind of wanted to compare those. It's kind of a video I want to do of Super Fantasy Brawl versus Summoner Wars, because they're both fairly light skirmish games. And man, I don't like Summoner Wars anymore. I feel like I'll put out the video, but my opinion on Summoner Wars has changed for some reason. It doesn't do it for me. Another one that we've been playing is Inish, and I want to do a video. We want to do a review of Inish at some point, but I really like Inish at 2 players, and I know that is not sort of the general consensus, and I know more players is better, but I feel like Inish at 2 players is really underrated. A couple more, Great Western Trail, 2nd edition, we've been playing that, taught that to Carissa, and so we've been knocking some games out of that. Another one, we just played this one once, but Marvel Champions we played. We did Doctor Strange, and I was Quicksilver, and we've been playing through the Rise of the Red Skull campaign. We played against Crossbones and beat him, so I don't remember who comes after that, but we're going to play that again, hopefully this weekend. Another game, big one. I just taught Lisboa last night, and so we played through that for the first time, and I think we're going to try and play through that again early next week. Really like Lisboa, a lot of fun. The last 2 games that I've been playing are actually app-based games. Star Realms I kind of talked about already, getting the feel for that game, and sort of once the Kickstarter went live, I just wanted to try it out. And then the other one I've been playing is Ascension, the deck building game. Really fun game. I'm enjoying that app a lot. I really want to get some actual cards now to play, but the app is really fun. Really like that game too. So I think they're both free. Yeah, they're both free. So go download them. You can try them out. So that's all the games that we've been playing in. I know I missed some, but those are the big ones that we've been playing in the month of July. So I just want to talk about my plans for August, or our plans for August, and what we want to play and get to the table. The first one is Magical Friends and how to summon them, actually, right here. So we got this sent to us. I emailed Clemens, the designer, I believe, for this game, and he had one of the other people somebody else who had the prototype. He had them send it to us, and so I've read through the manual, got it ready. I'm going to teach it. I've been saying I'm going to teach it for the past week and a half now, but I think I'm going to try and teach it this weekend, so that we can start playing that. I think there's a Kickstarter that's going to go live in September or late August. So want to get a lot of plays into that so we can give our thoughts on it. The next one we're going to play is Fall of the Mountain King. That is a game from Burn Island Games, and that's where you are playing as your trolls, and you're going into your mountain where the gnomes killed your ancestors or whatever, and you're digging tunnels and trying to get items out of the tunnels, and you have a cascading effects basically where you build a little pyramid of trolls, and when one activates, it activates all the ones underneath it, so you get all these tokens and resources and stuff. So looks really fun. Seems like an enjoyable game. In the Hall of I'm sorry, I've gotten mixed up. In the Hall of the Mountain King is what we're playing. The new one coming out is Fall of the Mountain King, where you play during the gnomes taking over, or into the gnomes destroying the mountain. So that one I did back and I have coming. I don't know. I should have checked when it's coming, but when it's set to deliver, but somewhat soon, I believe it's should be delivering. And so in the Hall of the Mountain King, want to get that played, and seems really fun. The next one, New York Zoo. I want to get that to the table and just get that going. I don't like it when games sit around in my collection. Sleeping Gods. I read through the rules for Sleeping Gods, and I want to get that played this month finally. And then the last one is Hexplore It 2, the Forest of Adrenon or something. I want to play that. I backed the fourth one, the Domain of Mirza Noctis, and that is set to deliver basically any time, I believe. So I want to play that, and there's another reason I really want to play that game. But that is, I really hope, like, just for me, I don't think Chris is going to play it, but just for me, I really want to get that, experience it, get to the table, and start diving into the Hexplore system. That's all my plans. I'm sure we'll play some other stuff, but those are the ones that I'm definitely 100% going to make sure get played during the month of August. And the last thing I want to say is I have a question that I want to ask you, and I'll give you my answer. I want to ask, what games do you find hard to play? And by that I mean a game you own, a game you know the rules, a game you've played before, and a game that you feel you should be playing more, but you just can't quite bring yourself to do it. That's how I interpret that question. Answer it however you want. But what games do you find hard to play? For me, it's 100% Bard Sung right now. Backed Bard Sung, got it, dove into it, started playing it. Chris hates it. And so I'm like, I'm not going to make her play it. We have other games to play. So I've been trying to play it solo, and I wouldn't say I hate it, but I just find it very, very hard to make myself play. I don't feel super rewarded when I play it. I enjoy it okay once I'm in it, once it's set up and I'm in it playing it. I have fun. And getting to that point where it's set up and everything's good to go and I'm diving back into it, getting to that point just feels like a mountain that I don't want to climb when it's time. So I have forced myself to do it. I probably put 8 hours into it now, and maybe not quite that, maybe more like 6. It's just really hard for me to play that game for some reason. Yeah, it's not even that it's bad. It's just it's extremely mediocre in my opinion. So because it's mediocre, I'm like, I don't want to waste the time getting it all set up. Even though it's not that hard to set up. It's not, there are worse games, but my point is it's for some reason, one reason or the other, it's hard for me to get it on the table. So what game is like that for you? Let me know. Let me know any questions, any thoughts, anything you want to say. Let me know. Go out there, show some kindness, and just have a great weekend. Oh my gosh, I need to shave. I'm trying to look like Animal Beast, live from that show Manimal.